Hello, our lovely listeners. Welcome to Brain Fog. Today's another fabulous day for this episode, hosted by Rowan. That is yours truly. And today we have our two lovely contestants. Introduce yourselves, lovely contestants.
In what order,
Well, you spoke
Miss
first, so
Third
you go
Person
first.
and Miss Third Person Speaker? Hello. It's a lovely day for hey DGB, to be here on this podcast. Hello.
Hi, it's a little lady for me, Lumetric, to be here and win this week's podcast. I'm taking this win.
Ah, in your
audacity.
dream.
The audacity.
You're the host.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting
Wait a
you.
minute!
No.
Oh,
I
no, wait.
promise this
No,
will
wait,
be
no.
a completely fair and balanced exchange of points.
This is the villain arc. We've done it. We've
I
created
feel
our
it.
villain.
I feel it. I feel it. It was after you got 48 points that one time.
When I swept the board and took out the most amount of points this entire podcast so far. Yeah.
4 versus 48. Just a landslide.
I'm still upset. Still upset about it.
Yeah.
I am still in awe of last week and how many I took off of you, that you still came out one ahead of DG was just, my brain didn't compute.
I think
Just
it
goes
was
to show.
unfair.
You never know what's gonna
I
happen.
think it was unfair.
It's
It was
true,
an
it's true.
unfair exchange of points.
To be fair, you started at a negative. If you hadn't started at a negative, you would have been free up.
What?
Yeah, remember, you lost points in the beginning because you were being all sassy.
No, I lost points because you thought that I was driving my car recklessly when I wasn't.
Oh no,
I said I could.
That was just involved, but like you lost points at the beginning because you were being sassy.
Wait. That's just who I am though. Wait.
Wow. How have you guys both been doing? How have your weeks been?
You want to pick a target there, Chief?
No, not really. I'm just gonna let you talk over each other and get really confused about it.
Please pick somebody. Please pick somebody. Dear God.
Lumi, let's hear from you.
It's been a busy week. I don't know. It's been weird. Like obviously we had the convention this weekend. We had so many game announcements this weekend. Like it's been outstanding, but also insane. I did not sleep enough, honestly. But then again, who does a convention? So I suppose that's part of the course. But no, it's been fine. I mean, I've been working from home this week, so it's been nice. I could just kind of roll out of bed, get onto my computer, get stuff done. Today was really weird. It was like such a relaxing, like kind of calm day, yet I did a lot of work. And then when I got off, and then it was like really sunny, but I was wearing like a cardigan, and then I like had like an hour nap after. It was weird. It was a weird day. And then I had to like drive to like this chip shop, and there was roadworks everywhere. I hate roadworks. Roadworks annoy me. They're always in the way.
Road what?
Roadworks.
Roadworks.
What is
Roadworks?
roadworks?
Yeah,
Oh,
roadworks.
construction.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they have like a temporary set of lights which are like one way only, and they've got part of the ground dug up, and annoyingly right outside of the chip shop is where those lights in the roadworks were. So I was like, oh great, so I've got to go like 2 blocks ahead to park to wait for a very slow person to show up with the food. So that was annoying. But
Yeah.
I just want to know why works is plural.
I don't know. I've never
because
questioned
they do multiple jobs. They do multiple jobs, not just road
Yeah.
work.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
road work ahead, I sure hope so. Road works ahead, I sure hope so. Wait, hold on. It's the same.
There's a Steam Next Fest. Steam's Next Fest is on. So if you like any of the games that got announced, a lot of them have demos for the next 5 days. So you can go check them out. You can go give them a look. I've played like 8 of them so far, which has been pretty cool.
Are you telling our audience to do something from the past?
I know, right?
Now?
Look, listen, I'm telling you guys it, but like audience, sorry, it's past by the time that you get this.
Already
That was like a
over.
week
I can't
ago.
believe this. This is gonna be weeks old by the time this episode comes out.
Look,
Everyone's gonna
Negative
miss it.
points. Negative
How's it
points.
negative? I said it was for you guys.
Negative
God.
points.
Wow, trying to help people. Other than that, I've got something that's to the listeners will have seen already, but to you guys, it will be happening. I'll be kind of teasing tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
What? And you're not gonna tell us?
Oh,
I'll be teasing it tomorrow. You'll find out tomorrow.
Are you kidding me? We're friends, and I'm not allowed to know on the podcast that's not coming out for another.
Oh, that's right. They wouldn't. Yeah. Oh well. So I bought a model for Aldi for Deltarune.
Ooh.
So I've had it done up in my colors, and I'm gonna be Ralsei, but my goat Ralsei.
Yay,
But,
let's fucking go.
and play Deltarune because I've never played any of them, and I'm gonna try.
That is.
Oh my god,
quite
you
fun.
are? After talking so much smack on it during that one
No,
episode?
no. I talked about Undertale, not Deltarune.
Doesn't matter. It's a Toby
not the
Fox
same.
title.
That's all okay. So that means every Call of Duty is the same because it's a Call of Duty title.
Yes.
Or every Tomb Raider is the same. Every Final Fantasy is the same because they're the same name.
Yes.
You're wrong. Negative point.
You're wrong. Negative points. Somebody kill this woman. And I'm like, no, please. Atomizes immediately.
Assassinate the lady. Get her out of here.
3 different fandoms all congregate on me with a pigeon each. 5 billion pigeons eat this dragon.
Why pigeons?
Oh, it's pigeons.
Ah, pigeons.
Pigeons.
All right, well, that's basically been my week. So I'm going to pass over to DG now.
Happy 1 year of being trans for me. Openly. Kerchow.
Hell
Hey,
yeah!
I reached a year today. Today is my birthday in a weird way. So I did that. Went to my doctor. Pretty good. They were like, "Hey, by the way, there's new documentation out. You're allowed to have even more estrogen than before," which
Yippee!
is wild to me because I had to take a blood test because they were like, "Your estrogen's too high," but it was within the new guidelines. But because it happened before the guidelines changed, I have to still do the blood test, which I still have to pay for, which is still $120. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Happy birthday to me.
America
Happy
Happy
healthcare.
birthday.
Happy
Dang,
birthday.
Dang it. So that happened. For you guys, it'll have been 2 weeks ago. Then what else? What else did I do? This week I played Night Rain for the first time. That was a lot of fun. Did it with actually the blue thing over there.
Hi, hello, hi.
Yeah, that one. It was fun.
We're both blue.
Wait a minute. The blue short gay one. That one.
We're
But you're
both
shorter.
blue and short and gay.
Wait. How short are you though?
Actually, Lumi's probably shorter.
Which one's shorter?
Nah.
Hold on.
In real life or in character?
In character. I'm not talking about real life. I know who wins.
Yeah, me. Bro, and what hate's your character?
8
The
foot
blue one.
tall.
The blue one.
It's like 5.5, I think, feet, which is, oh gosh, how many meters is that?
Oh yeah, no. So you're taller than me and Lumi, technically.
No, 5.5. If you're 5.5, Louis 5'7", so he's technically taller than
I'm
5.5.
4'7". What the fuck is this?
You're just a midget.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Phrasing. I'm not. I'm small. Okay.
Lumi and the one dwarf.
I'm literally okay.
Oh my god.
My OC is literally 1 foot smaller than I am IRL, and like people call me short, and I'm like, I'm not small. I'm actually the perfect height. Thank you very much. And so does a certain mouse boy, also. So yeah, go fuck yourself, I guess.
Okay.
Or whatever.
That one actually makes sense because I'm not a boy.
What?
Huh?
Well, I'm a mouse,
What?
but I'm not a boy.
No,
No.
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah,
Their
exactly.
other
not-
half is a mouse.
I'm talking
Smile.
about my mouse. I'm talking about my one.
You know, if
Listen, I just can't
if he
tell
listens
because you
to
were already
this,
confused about me and Lumi earlier.
it's true. If he listens to this, he's gonna be going, "I'm not a fucking mouse. I'm not a fucking."
I'm sorry. The mouse pretending to be a rat. That one.
Ooh.
The
Yes, that one.
Yes.
Have we
the
congratulated you on
orange.
that yet publicly?
Huh?
Have we congratulate you on that publicly yet? Or is that...
Nobody has said anything. But you're allowed to. You want.
Congrats
Hey,
on the
congratulations.
boyfu.
Hi, I have a boyfu now. Very shocking development. I'm no longer. Nobody can suddenly just grab me out of the ethos. I've been grabbed. Congrats to me. I guess question mark. They bully me. They're mean, but so am I. So like it works.
I was gonna say like I know both of you, and that doesn't sound unlike what I thought your relationship would be.
Does it even surprise you that we ended up clicking as hard as we did?
No. That's why when you told me, when you said there was something going on, I immediately jumped to it. It's that, isn't it? And you went, how did you, what?
Well, that's right. You were just like, I know. And I was like, you had a moment of, I saw what you deleted. It's like, what? And I typed it out and had deleted it. And I'm like, what? There's no
But the
way.
thing is though, when we played Night Rain earlier that day, or like the day before, I
talked to him about this, and he thinks you're wrong.
Am I? Okay, right, listeners, here's a mission, right? My VOD, their VOD for Night Rain, I don't know the date, it was like a week ago, with Moemi and DGB.
It was the 6th.
It was the
June 6th.
June 6th, we were playing, and every time Moemi was like, we need to go over here. And I was like, but this. DG was like, oh, no, but let's go with the mouse. Runs after. Yes, mousy.
I didn't know what I was doing.
You're doing the schoolgirl thing of just, yes, I like him. He's right. Smile, fingy touch.
I didn't know what to do. I was confused in the game, and I was looking to them for guidance. Leave me alone. I'm allowed.
You were doing the schoolgirl thing of, oh my god, I like him. He's clearly the one who's in the right here. I'm going to do what he likes because he'll like me more.
Hey,
you agreed as well.
They've called that out a couple of times too. They're like, maybe Lumi was right. And I'm like, shut up! Shut the fuck up! Anyway, so yeah. I mean, my week's been pretty much happy birthday to me. I have a boyfu now. And then charity event coming up in like less than a week now. Less than a week now.
4 days?
What?
4 days?
Yeah, 4 days.
Yeah.
It'll be Monday. It's next Monday.
Oh, well, that's... Wait. 5 days.
4 days? 5 days. Whatever. Either way. Big charity event. Ooh, it's
Time
already
is an
happened by the
illusion.
time that you guys got here, so. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, that's fantastic.
Rowan, how was your week now that I'm allowed to ask?
I am so happy you did. In fact, I have had a truly splendid weekend.
Hold on. That's not the catchphrase.
It's not it. I was like on the edge of my seat.
You don't get it every time.
No! It's your catchphrase! You have to do it! Otherwise, I'm just gonna say, don't care, and I'm on mute. What's gonna happen?
Listen.
Say it.
You're not getting it out of me. Because here's the thing. That was the catchphrase. Because I was having a week every week. But now, I'm having a splendid.
I could DC you right now. I could do it.
And risk all your points.
What points? I don't care. My precious ethos.
Point stands. I've had a splendid weekend because, as mentioned earlier, there was a convention over this past weekend. A lovely little VR virtual reality event known as Virality. And I got to see many friends there and hang out with people all weekend. And it was a fantastic time and a much needed break from work and from having a week.
Is it weird that as much as I like the bits that I enjoyed, and I loved the theme, and the worlds were really pretty, and I loved that. Taking a break from doing all the other stuff that we do just ended up stressing me more.
I get that.
Right?
I get that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Not just me.
There's
I'm not the crazy one then.
There's definitely a little bit of me that is like, but I really should be getting more work done, right? But I'd also been doing so much that the break was badly needed.
I feel like that's most people though. Like most
Hmm.
creatives anyway. Like
Yeah.
Definitely creatives.
because
Yeah.
because we make our own schedules and we're responsible ultimately for what ends up going out. So
We
like
work way too
you
hard.
just feel guilty. You feel guilty
Well,
whenever you don't do something. So you work 7 days a week, and most people like the blue cat over there, they they work a day job and also do this. So like
mhm.
holy shit, it's literally 7 days a week with no break.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just as everything happened to crash into each other because like you had Ferality, you had the Summer of Games, which was great. You had you end all of that with like a bunch of surprise reveals, like the Lies of P DLC, and then you get straight into Next Fest, and there's like hundreds of demos for games that one you want to try, two if you play them on stream you get guaranteed keys depending on who the developer is, and there's all this stuff to juggle and manage and try and keep up with the stuff you were trying to do beforehand. It's explosion brain cry.
Wait,
I'm waiting.
I forgot. Anyway,
What did you
I forgot. No, actually, I remembered, but I'm not saying it on stream.
But yes, my weekend was fantastic. It was a fantastic recharge from doing too much work, and seeing a lot of the cool things that other people have made has been a really fantastic source of inspiration for the things that I make.
Did y'all see Arikan's booth?
Uh
Yes,
yeah, I did actually.
I pointed at multiple times. Hey, look, it's a gay shark I know.
It's that gay shark, you know.
I said that multiple times. I was in two of the booths. No, maybe two or three. I was a render in Octo's booth, and I was in the model display in. Oh God, I can't remember. They have this joint company name. That's not their name. They made my like chibi model, and I was like on their video for that, and I was like, yeah, it's me.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
That is super cute. All right. Well, unfortunately, as much as I would love to continue discussing the events and going ons of our weeks, I have an even more pressing matter at hand. You see, I recently have started up a little teeny tiny league of, let's just say, alternately minded superheroes. And I'm going through the recruiting process here, and I've realized some of them have some truly great superpowers, some of them have some truly terrible superpowers, and I want to know from you guys what you think the worst of the worst superpowers could be that one could have.
This is a weird segue. You're starting a league,
Mm-hmm.
like actually? Wait, hold on.
A league of alternately minded superheroes.
Like IRL, like actually?
No, it's for the bit. It's for the bit. Come on.
What? Wait, hold on. You're making loams?
What?
The League of Alternate Minded Superheroes.
Yeah, making low.
You're making loams.
Okay. Yes, and yes, and
yes, and
yes,
So-
and
I need to know what you guys can think of as the worst possible superpowers so that I know what to look out for. So if somebody tries to sign up and lists one of these things as their superpowers, I know to not even look at them. I can just throw that application right out.
okay.
how do we choose who goes first? Who do you want
Oh,
to do this?
I'll pick one of you. You guys
Okay.
both ready? You got
Random.
anything in mind already?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think both of us probably do.
All right. DG, you're up first.
Wow. Picking it at random. No rock, paper, scissors, no titles, no nothing.
Absolutely. We're getting right on with this.
Lumi, help Lumi, I'm scared. Okay. Anyway, hello there. I'm Ari, your legal consultant for Lums. Anyway, I'm here to advise you to not hire this type of superpower because it's really boring and not very good. You ready for it?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I've got my first one, the one that I'm thinking of on the top of my list, is imagine somebody with super strength, right?
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Classic.
every time they go to use it or want to use it, they are shrunk down to the size of an ant.
Oh.
And
Oh.
carry the same mass as themselves and do not carry it downwards to their small version.
You know, I think we did actually have a guy who applied here. Well, I mean, first off, he applied with the name
You're trying to
Ant-Man.
do Ant? Are you trying to do Ant-Man? Because Ant-Man doesn't qualify here.
He applied with the name Ant-Man, but I was looking at it and he had something really similar to this, and I was like, first off, Ant-Man already exists, right?
True.
Taken,
Ant-Man
can't
does
do that.
exist. They're successful, actually. Here's the thing, though.
Hmm.
Ant-Man isn't the same metric gram per square inch hitter as an ant. They instead have ultra superpowers because their body is condensed and put down with the same amount of mass. That's a difference here. I'm
Yeah.
talking a
Yeah.
person that becomes literally the mass of an ant, and then that's how big they are.
And they have super strength for an ant.
Yes, which means that leaf over there, that leaf's gonna move real good. But otherwise, I don't know what to tell you.
I do have one counterpoint to this though, which is that being able to shrink is by itself still a useful superpower.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
they can't just shrink at random, right? They have to be like actively using their super strength. So anytime they go to pick something up, like a cup or I don't know, a building or whatever it is that they want to pick up, they instantly go to this size. It's a curse. It's not like they get to choose to be an ant or choose to be small. It happens every time they exert their strength.
You know, I still see this as being somewhat useful though, because
In what way?
as long as they're carrying something, right?
Well, if they're carrying something, they're not anymore.
You could also argue that they could flex and therefore use their strength by flexing and make themselves small until they stop flexing.
Okay, sure. Let's hypothetical this. They flex and they get real small, and then they have to just remain flexed for however long they want to be small for, giving them cramps. And they'd probably be real shredded. I'm not gonna lie, they'd probably be super shredded at some point. But like, I don't see this as a win, because imagine like going to drink a cup of coffee and then suddenly you're underneath the cup of coffee and then you go to let go of it and then you get big again and then throw your coffee everywhere because you've now gotten huge.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not gonna lie, this sucks.
You're rapidly going from small to big at all times forever. This is the worst quirk of all time.
You know what? I've allocated points towards and away from you accordingly.
There were no downsides.
Lumi.
Hi. Hello. So, look, my colleague here raised some good points, or a good point, just there. But I feel like there's someone that should be higher on your list. I feel like there's a superpower that just really stinks, you know. And with that segue, I'm talking about someone who uses the power of farts.
Oh,
Fart Man specifically.
Fart Man.
Fart Man. He can't. He's not fast. He's not strong. He's not even physically fit. He's just a guy who really stinks. Sure, he could clear a room. Sure, he could probably knock someone out if you locked him in that room long enough. But he's just a guy.
Let me just rifle through these applications really fast, and we do
Mm-hmm.
have a skunk man on this list who's just, I mean, that's basically their power is just smelling really, really awful.
They may work out as a new Pepe Le Pew, but they're not going to cut it in hero business. They just if all they can do is stink and stink out a room and just fart some, I don't feel like that's a good addition to your round table of evil. I think that um I think your lair is gonna just stink for one. You're not gonna want to be there because it's just gonna stink. There's not gonna you'll need gas masks. That's an added expense. If you're trying to take over the world or take over Manhattan or whatever, you don't want added expenses
Yeah.
on
Oh
that.
yeah.
You're
gosh.
gonna be spending a lot of money as is.
You have any idea how expensive it is to have to replace the air filters like every week? Oh,
Yeah.
heinous. Especially in a secret lair.
Yep. Any chair he sits on, gone. Any bed he sleeps on, gone. Any room he's in, no one else is gonna be in. So say goodbye to your community rooms. Say goodbye to your kitchens. No one's gonna want to be there. You're
Is
gonna
this
have no staff.
Incontinent Man? Is this Incontinence Man or Fart Man? I don't. What?
Well, I mean,
They're gonna fart every time they sit on something? Every time?
no, they just like periodically release gas, and the period is short bursts, like 15 seconds. Is
Just all the time. Just constantly.
every time, just constantly, doesn't
Oh.
stop.
They have no way to like turn it off.
Hang on, that
They
was
can't
a
change their diet.
lovely little tune you did there.
You're welcome. No way to turn it off.
Mm.
You can't
Mm.
stop it. Maybe. Listen, if they tried a butt plug, they'd probably explode.
I feel as though we're already seeing a little bit of a trend here, which is that both of these have had the caveat that you can't really turn them off.
That adds to a truly bad superpower.
One of them you can't turn off. The other one you choose to do it, but it's like just doing physical activities at all.
Yeah, I mean, you really
Yes, he's
can't turn that
walking.
off.
Oh no, he shrunk.
It'd be the weirdest Monty Python emporium of silly walks.
Get one of those like GoPro cameras on, like do 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 do, but it's just going small to big, to small to big.
All right. Well, I think Skunk Man is definitely off the list here. We're just gonna scratch that one off because this guy doesn't seem to have quite the same downside. But you're so right. Being able to generate a bad smell, that is a pretty awful superpower.
You could get an otaku to do the same thing but still be more useful.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I hate that. All right. Well, that's given me a couple of ideas, but there's a lot of these applications that I gotta go through. What else have you guys got? What else to keep an eye out for?
I've got a really common one. I've got a really common one that you're gonna see a lot. And you might disagree with me at first, but as your financial advisor, I'm gonna tell you now. Do not hire these people. It is nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
Do not hire anyone whose superpower is flight.
Now, that is a very interesting thing to say because flight is a classic superpower that
Yes,
almost all of the greatest heroes have had.
correct. But I want you to consider this. We do not live in the 1940s anymore. This is 2025. We have drones. We have no flight zones. We have skyscrapers in regular towns now.
The bureaucracy.
We have planes. We have thousands of planes flying every single day. Updrafts because of global warming. Like, flying is impractical as a singular object and will only rack up fines and endanger other people that you may not have as a target. So listen. Flight will do nothing for you but just lead to stacks and stacks of fines and paperwork. Not
Now-
only that, but physical injury, physical injury to the person that you have employed because of said skyscrapers, of updraft, drone encounters, other people that fly. I mean, it's endless. And then, even if you don't care about the bureaucracy, now you got to pay for their medical bills. We have medical insurance here and a 401k. Do you really want that on your hands?
Now, that is kind of running under the assumption that they are a bad flyer.
No,
Bit.
no, it is not, because everywhere. I live in San Antonio. If you go up in the sky for more than 2 minutes, you will run into a plane, a drone, a random murder of crows, a plague of grackle. You will hit updrafts because we are in a
not the
valley
grackle.
Yes, we are in a valley, so you get updrafts all the time, which would affect your flight. You're gonna fly into the San Antonio Needle, which is a thing that we have for some reason, or one of the mini skyscrapers. It's impractical. It makes no sense. Plus, if you're trying to use it to travel intercontinentally, you're just gonna get shut down by the government. The government's gonna just go, hey, none of that. You're not allowed to do that. Where do you got your license for that, bruv? That's literally what's gonna happen.
Here's my counterpoint, though, which is, it would be really useful to have somebody to fly, because, the really interesting thing about all these fines is that sometimes they're less expensive than, getting all the necessary tech to do it.
You have never seen the cost of an aviation fine. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, whereas you could literally just get on a plane or drive or buy or build a single man aircraft that costs less than 20K, and do it the proper way.
Any idea how much money it costs to have supervillain alternate hero tech?
Listen.
All right.
So, if you want a singular Boeing 747, just kind of just putting that one out there. A 747 Max, brand new, outfitted with your logo on the outside, would only cost you, get this, $800,000.
There's no way.
Yes.
Today I learned. I honestly thought that would be in the millions.
No, it's not in the millions. It's like, you're thinking of the Max, which is like 1.2, something like that.
I know you said Max, but it sounded like you said Max, and I was like, Apple planes?
Well, yeah, it is. It's Max. It's 747 Max.
All right. Well, I do have to admit, today's bureaucracy is a nightmare hellscape, and it's that's a hard one to bypass.
Oh, one other point. They all the flyers wear capes for some stupid reason. And
what
as we all
is
know,
it with the
as
capes?
we all know from
Hey.
The Incredibles, as we all know from The Incredibles,
Edna Mode was wrong.
as we
Capes are
all
cool.
know from The Incredibles,
Capes are cool.
Capes will get you killed every time, especially if you're a flyer. Straight into the jet engine. Straight
every
in.
time. Snagged on a rocket.
Every time.
Nah.
Every
I've
time.
seen
Into a
many heroes who
typhoon.
don't die with capes.
Every time.
I've seen many people die, heroes who don't die with
Some
capes.
of
Edna Mode
the
is an
heroes don't
icon.
even.
Batman.
They don't
Batman
even.
has
Some
never
of them.
had
Some of
a
them don't
cape
even wear
death.
capes anymore because of that. They were like, "Oh, we gotta adapt for the future."
Just
And
do
so
what
they did.
everyone else does. Has a clip, unclip it, bang, it's gone.
What are you gonna carry it around in your pocket? Why
What?
are you putting accessories on?
No, the Batman and all, they have clips on their cape, so if it gets caught on something, they just unclip it and they go.
This is ridiculous. Well, so what? Now you have to just buy new capes every time.
You gotta buy new
Oh,
capes
that's
all
not-
the time.
Oh, what if
That's
their suit
gonna
gets
be
caught on
that's a
something?
company expense. I have to worry
What if
about that.
the-
I'm the financial advisor.
What if their suit gets caught on something? Are they going to just die with their suit? Or are they going to let their suit
Well, if
get
their
ripped
suit
off?
gets hit, it's a whole other issue. Like
It's part of the suit, though.
Yeah, but you're talking about the difference between a necessary evil, or sorry, necessary risk, or one that you're adapting.
Oh, then
Just
use
because-
any bells and whistles.
Our PR team has advised us not to use the word evil.
I corrected myself.
Well, you say
Listen.
that, but your $800,000 plane gets shot down because you got 7 heroes on it. There's
Well,
800 grand.
it's not
and
gonna
the-
get
the
shut down.
7
It
heroes
can
who can't fly are dead too.
outfit it with cryo lasers. I don't know. It's your
That's never
plane.
expense.
No, it's not. You were gonna mount them onto something anyway.
Where were the cryo lasers coming from? I didn't see any of these in the reports.
It said it right on the look here. These are the assets we already own. These are the assets that we're looking to acquire. All right. Now, if we pay for the flyers, it's going to cost this much and potentially up to $2 billion in fines over the next 5 years.
You know what?
However, we could buy one plane and we outfit it with cryo lasers and we spend $1 million, maybe $1.5 million. Period. We're done. Easy.
Hold on, I need to know. I need to do some like a mini research here. Okay, I feel like heroes would get like pardons or what are they called?
But they're not.
Not
but
licenses, not licenses.
They're not.
What
They're not heroes though. We don't like that word at this.
No, hold on. What is Rowan? What is your organization?
So this is the League of Alternately Minded Superheroes. Right? So
Heroes.
technically, we are in fact a superhero organization.
Mhm.
So you would expect
Unfortunately,
them to get exclusions.
unfortunately, all of those exclusions have been lobbied against. They've been, do you have any idea how hard it is to actually get those licenses processed? Only like the best of the best have ever gotten those specialty licenses.
You know what? I feel like I'm right here. I feel like I'm right.
So hold on. By that logic, people like Iron Man and Thor and all those guys just fly around and they don't get any repercussions.
Well,
Why are
because,
we gonna get repercussions?
because they filed the paperwork correctly.
But why didn't we file the paper? That was your job.
That was not my job. I'm a financial advisor.
Exactly.
I do not file indictment documentation.
No, actually, that
I don't
was our legal and ethics team, and unfortunately, they have all quit.
Didn't we fire them?
Didn't we let them go? Out of the 747
They
Max that we
quit
bought.
involuntarily. Yes.
Was it the cannon?
It yes, it was
Cryo
the
lasers.
cannon. It was the cannon.
I don't feel bad anymore. Continue.
On that note, actually, Lumi, I do need some more from you. What division are you in again, anyway?
Look, listen, we don't talk about my division. You don't need to talk about that. It's
That's
okay.
right,
Don't look, listen.
Right.
listen.
You don't talk about it.
We don't talk about that. If you wanted someone else to add to your list, though, if you want someone else to add to your list, we're gonna take another swing at the super strength, the super strong people once again, just because they tend to come with a lot of caveats. So the ones I'm talking about specifically are the super strong people who, when they use their ability, when they get super strong, they kind of lose all sense of reason and common sense and ability to think.
Oh, the berserker powers.
Yeah, those guys,
Oh
like, you
my
know,
gosh.
keep one in the wing, because, like, you know, if you're in the desert and there's nothing around, you can just throw that out there and it'll probably be okay. But, like, don't get them in the main force, because look, listen, the last one we heard about, they wrecked the White House. They wrecked like 50 feet around the White. There was a lot of damage. Thankfully, they didn't tie it back to anyone we know, so we didn't have to get involved in paying for that. But yeah, we don't want those kind. We don't want them here. We don't want any Red Hulks around here.
I've been advised that we're not allowed to use that name.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I did already have to reject one guy because he just put in his name as Hulk but blue.
The Blue Hulk, yes.
And like yeah, technically it's different, but like we're still not allowed to use that.
No, we can't use it. No.
Legally
Yeah,
distinct
those
Hulk.
legally indistinct Hulk, alternate Hulk. Even if we call him Hunk, it doesn't fly.
Ah, yes, the Hunk, my favorite
Lunk.
superhero.
We love Lunk.
Yes, Lunky. No. Yeah, no, I don't want to get. Look, listen, we've dealt with them. I once had to dodge like a coffee machine that they threw across the room because it wouldn't give them their cappuccino, and I don't feel like getting taken out by a coffee machine in this century.
I feel like that would have to be one of the worst ways to go, honestly.
Wasn't even a Starbucks coffee machine. It was a Nespresso.
Mm.
Do we have that in the financial reports? Is that accounted for?
It was destroyed.
Well, we'll have to get a new one of those, I guess.
Nah, they can just bring coffee from home.
Listen, I don't want a bunch of angry superheroes in our cafeteria. We gotta replace that shit.
Alternate super.
Yeah, they're still classified as superheroes. Come on.
That's it's a slight segue right there. But can we keep them out as well? The alternates. You just get rid of them. I feel that they're just gonna try and body swap people. I don't.
Oh my
wanna,
god! Are you double dipping? Are you double dipping right now?
I don't want like a bunch of like creepy alternates killing off people and taking their place with weird features. Let's just not have that happen. Can we get them out of it? Can we just kill them on site?
What,
Is that okay?
You're gonna kill Mondo? You're gonna kill Mondo out of nowhere
What-
just for fun?
That's like one of the best espionage superpowers out there. You telling me that one's
No,
bad?
no. The ones who kill anyone they interact with and
What
take
about-
their form.
Yeah, Hulk
Like they
but
could kill
green,
you.
We know.
They could kill you when they meet you for their job, and then they would be you.
Hulk but green.
I don't know if this is like I don't think they need to do it, but I think in their brains are hardwired to do this because this is how their
How do we know
disease
you're not one of them?
adapts.
How do we know you're not one of them?
How do we know you're not one of them?
How do we know that
pretty
you're
sure,
not one of them?
I'm pretty sure
You're
this
alive.
actually does in fact count as a monster that the heroes have to fight. I don't think any of those have ever been registered as a superhero.
What
Oh,
if
you say
you're-
that.
What if you're
but-
one of them?
What if you're one of them? Ooh.
Well, I do in fact have the tests to prove that I am not.
You have
Something
the shot that tells us whether or not you're an alternate.
Well, yeah, our science team has
That's
been
something
working
an
on
alternate
that
would say.
from-
That's something an alternate would
Our
say.
science
something an
team
alternate
has
would say.
been working on that for months. Don't you
Listen,
question their
listen.
work. They're the ones
You
who
mean
gave
the
us the
alternates?
cryo lasers.
You mean the alternates that are
The
working in the lab?
alternates. Listen. Look, Martians are usually not heroes, but we've had Martian heroes before. You've got there's been a few of them. There are exceptions to any rule.
Look
but
at Marvin. Look at Marvin.
Look at Marvin. I just think we should avoid like there's no state mandated you need to include this disease of monster in your
Listen,
organization. Let's just not do that.
America has been talking about DEI for too long.
God. Now, DG, do you have any others? You've got to have more.
Do I have more?
Yeah, do you have
yeah,
more?
yeah. Let me look through my. Hold on. Let me go through my report. It's in here somewhere. I had. Oh yeah. Okay. I want to say, as a fish cat thing, I'm gonna be a little weird about this. All right. So don't fire
You're
me.
a catfish. You're a
Don't fire-
catfish now.
Shut up.
You're
Hey,
catfishing?
that cannon stays warm for a reason.
Don't fire
Hmm.
me. However, I've been told all of the beastlings are probably not great to hire. I'm talking lion man over there, fish person, bird person.
You're a fish
The-
person.
No, I'm not a fish person. I am a catfish lady. Listen,
That's technically a fish
and
person.
I'm
Right.
technically a financial advisor. I am not. I'm not a hero.
You're gonna have to do some real good convincing me of this one.
Okay, so listen. First off, I'm your financial advisor. I'm not a hero, so I don't have to be qualified for this, okay? Secondly, imagine the mess that you would have to clean up from a genetically modified humanoid cat thing. There has to be litter boxes involved. There would be like somebody who's going to scoop that. You've got the dog people that aren't getting along with the cat people, so you're going to constantly do infighting. There'll be cliques involved. The gator people just keep eating the smaller ones, like the rat people. The rat people are the worst.
Oh,
Like,
did you hear about
every
that one
time
guy from Florida?
Yeah. There's this one from Canada that I really dislike.
I feel like this movie has been made by a Disney corporation once upon a time.
Right, maybe.
Something Zoo in Utopia.
No, it's fine. There's this one orange rat one from Canada. They're like the worst. They come in, they're snarky about stuff. They keep eating all the cheese. I'm pretty sure they're actually a mouse because rats don't like cheese. And again, so you've got all of the infighting. You've got gangs and cliques that are gonna ensue. You've got all of the mess to clean up. The fish people alone have to have a whole area of the base be filled with water and sealed. And how are they supposed to get in and out of there? Like, how? How are you gonna do that? Because like, what, you open the door into a chamber that goes into water and it just releases water every time they want to leave? That doesn't work. And then you've got special needs. They've got different diets they have to maintain. And like, now you have to hire a veterinarian?
We have, in fact, standardized our cafeteria diet, and that's not something that I think we can budge on. The budget's just not there.
You have to hire a vet now, and like a vet tech that can do not only like bovine and equine and fish and canine, feline, herpetology. Like it's so much. It's impossible. I crunched the numbers. This is gonna cost us like at least $500,000 to run every month, and that's without accounting for the fish person's habitat, which is probably gonna be like $10,000 a week, like at minimum, just to clean.
Oh, I've already told the crew we cannot build a submarine bay. We are too far from main water sources.
Right. So like you have to like clean that thing. Like you don't want it to get dirty. It gets green and nasty, and then they smell it. It's just like fart man again. You gotta like deal with that whole thing. It smells like fish in here. Gross. Anyway, so yeah, no, all of the half demi-human, half human, half whatever animal. Just think about it. The mainline superheroes don't even use those anymore. Like it's genetic freaks we don't talk about.
Yeah, I think the last one I saw, it was this guy with a sword who just shouted "ho" a bunch.
Yeah, and that was in the 80s. We don't even like deal with that now.
Oh no! Hang on. Battle Beast did show up recently, but like that was.
Who the hell is Battle Beast?
Oh, like some bit guy from like that Invincible had to deal with. Also, super not invincible. Like gets screwed up. Like
I see him everywhere. I don't know why they call him that.
He's still alive, so.
Yeah, well, I see him everywhere. Why do they call him invincible? Like I can obviously see him.
Are you? You know what? I'm just gonna ignore that one. I think you should go check a dictionary later. However.
Huh? What? Anyway, the demi-humans need to go. Just take them all out back. We have the euthanasia clinic that we started.
Oh my gosh. What's the point of the cannon? We have the cannon for a reason.
Oh, okay, we can use the cannon.
Yeah,
it's more cost efficient.
Come on. It's way more cost efficient.
See, this is why you need someone who can fly, right? You've used the cryo lasers, you freeze them, and then you just throw them into space.
Why space though? Some of them can live. Have you seen the water bear? The water bear heroes, they'll survive it.
Yeah, but they'll go elsewhere, and then there'll be someone else's problem.
What? They're gonna find a demi-human planet that needs a hero that's specifically a fish?
Maybe, but at least we won't be like, down for mass genocide.
You know what? That's fair. You know what? As a company, I think that would probably hurt our reputation a bit.
Yeah,
we can get rid of the clinic. The clinic doesn't need to exist. We can just kindly reject their applications.
We do have to be very, very careful about our PR. We are running a legitimate business here.
Legitimate, right?
A legitimate superhero
Why are
society.
the offshore bank accounts the only ones that I ever see money come in and out of? They're like in the middle of the ocean. They're not even attached to a country.
Hey Gary, load the cannon.
No, wait. Oh, I see. I see my error. I actually they're totally legitimate. I see that. See it right here. It says that in real big letters. And it was stamped here. I
All
stamped
right,
it. In fact.
scratch that, Gary.
Oh, thank God.
And you're on thin ice. But let's see. That being said, this is a lot of good ideas. I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna see exactly how thin the ice was and see how many points
hold on.
each of you has
There.
gotten.
Hold on. Did Lumi get to do another one?
Oh, Lumi jumped in earlier, remember?
Oh, that's
I
right.
did. They segued into the
the
alternates.
alters. They did the alternates. They did the
Yeah,
alternates.
yeah,
They
yeah.
skipped me rudely. I see. And then I was trying to be kind and give you your turn. Wow, I'm such a benevolent financial advisor.
One of the few.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna take a second
You can
and
trust me.
tally these up.
Lumi, do you need investments? Like I got a guy. I've got a guy.
Listen. I think I'm okay. I don't want none
Have
of
you ever
your
heard of
beast-hating
offshore-
investments.
You ever heard of offshore fracking before?
I don't want none of your beast-hating investments. You self-implied catfish, not fish person.
No. I am a catfish. Thank you very much. I am not a. I am a financial.
I thought you were a
advisor.
shark.
Sharks are fish. Sharks are fish.
But are
Just
they
saying.
catfish?
Cat shark.
But are you? So you're a shark person
I'm a cat shark.
who's a person. Yeah?
No person.
You-
Is cat
You're
shark.
not a person.
No.
So you're a creature then.
I think it's also worth noting that for us, this is not a superpower. This is just our natural state of being.
I mean, I'm just. It's.
You need to load that cannon again. I'm feeling.
What about Spider? Well, Spider-Man doesn't count. But what about actual Spider-Man?
Oh gosh. Actual Spider-Man unfortunately
He
did
freaks
get
me
into a
out.
fight with Newspaper Man.
He freaks me out. Like I look at him, I'm like, what is that all about, bro? I mean, like I fell into a vat of radioactive.
Why do you think we
fly
have?
swatters.
Why do we think we have the Tank Buster? The not Hulk Buster in the lobby. It's there for whenever Spider-Man comes to visit.
I have the Dragonator ready. Don't worry about it.
Go.
Well, I have some points. You guys want to hear the breakdown, or do you just want to go right to the totals? Breakdown. All right, so Lumi.
Hi.
I did appreciate hearing. You did a little bit of self-care. You got a good nap, and that got you some points. You did, however, unfortunately, lose points for attempting to time travel, and that is banned in like every superhero legislature, right?
Oh.
Time travel? When
Yeah,
did I
well,
time
you
travel?
tried to tell people about things that are happening 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and,
Makes
like,
sense.
Time travel is like a huge no-no. We can't be doing that here.
We did it in the Avengers.
And you did also lose a point for trying to keep secrets from us. Although you did eventually tell us anyway. But your hesitancy... Well, I almost loaded the cannon for you right then and there.
Oh.
However, you did get some points. You got actually several points. One for being savage in your short shaming of DGB.
Oh.
And another one for continuing to bully DG after that.
Why is that a point?
Love those points. My favorite points.
I'm gonna start allocating points in a very strange way.
You did also get some points for having, you know, a truly terrible superpower in the
Birdman.
Yeah, like just kind of truly terrible. However, you also did insult Edna Mode. And
That's
that
right.
immediately lost you points.
I said
That's
that she was
right.
wrong, that capes are valid, and that not every superhero
How
has
dare you.
died that has a cape.
How dare you?
Batman's still
Mode
alive. Robin's
dare
still
She's an
alive.
icon of the superhero industry and should not be disrespected.
Incorrect. She is at least 20 years out of date.
Can Lumi still
is
lose
my hill.
points? Can
This is
Lumi
my
still
hill that
lose
I'll die
yeah,
on.
Lumi could still lose points. I'm thinking
Thank
about
God.
it.
Thank God.
And then there were some other pluses and minuses for the some of your arguments about, berserker powers. Definitely a massive downside. We do still have to replace that coffee machine, really.
Yep.
And yeah. We'll come back to your total.
Okay.
DG, you've got a
Hi.
point for making it 1 year.
Hi.
Happy new
thank you.
birthday.
Thank you.
Free point for you.
Thank you.
You also did get a point for puppy girl behavior.
Gosh.
And you even got a point for asking me how my week went.
Yay! Look at all these points. Wow.
You did lose a point for the extremely specific downside of your first superpower.
What do you mean?
However, you gained a point back because it was also really funny.
That is extreme.
It's extremely funny. You did get, there's some other modifications. I still think both of you got some pluses and minuses for how actually useful I thought a power could be. They're kind of behind the scenes here. You did get a point for the fact that, yeah, bureaucracy sucks. Let's see. Oh, and you did also get a very solid point for being a very, very good financial advisor, acting in very good faith as the financial advisor.
Thank you.
And then some other points for the last power.
I took down Big Flight all on my own. Listen, everybody loves them, but nobody wants to talk about the pretty things that are wrong. Nobody ever talks about that.
Lumi, with all your pluses and minuses in total, you ended up with a positive of 1 point.
Whoa, my God.
DG, you think you did better or worse than that?
I have no clue. That is aggressively a 1 point. That's aggressive.
With all your pluses and minuses, you ended up with 4 points.
Yeah! Get fucked! I mean, thank you.
This is rigged.
How many points did you get, Ro?
I did not track my own points this time.
Damn.
I'm too busy managing this organization, and I'm willing to step aside and let the others handle the organization for the next.
Oh, so I beat both of you. Got it.
Yeah, you did.
Good.
Winner's speech. What do you want to say?
Edna Mode is a darling, and the fact that you talk slander upon her makes me think that we should load the cannon. However, I will say congratulations for your good points. Fartman is now your roommate, and I win because I am the best.
We are not hiring Fartman. I'm sorry.
Oh no, there's the roommate. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Lumi, any last words before we load you into the cannon?
I still feel like this is rigged. I feel like this is a conspiracy. Therefore, I do not regret that I have set charges on all of the major pillars in the building. The Edna Wood fucking sucks, and I'm actually a villain. Fuck y'all. Bye.
Wait, that's something an alternate would say.
Oh shit!
Oh my God! They were an alternate the whole time.
Flying in the window.
An alternate.
Guys, this has been Brain Fog. We have to go deal with these explosives. Stay foggy, my friends. We'll see you next time.